Seriously. All right, so the little camera in the bottom wasn't planned. I put this together kind of quick. I did say I was going to go live at the end of every month, so I threw this together kind of quick, but I think it's going to kind of make sense. So we're going to talk about cameras real quick, and these are the cameras that I use. So let's go ahead. So right now we're gonna talk about external webcams. Now the one that I use is the Logitech 922, and this is the Logitech. Now all the audio is going to be the microphone because obviously I'm going to use this mic. It's the better mic. Now this does look blown out, but it's because the lighting. So don't let the lighting discourage you on this camera. Now, this is a plug and play camera. You plug it into your computer, you select it, it just works. I believe there is some software. I haven't really messed around with the software, but this is more of a plug and play. This is a step up from your built-in webcam. Unless you have like a high-end Mac that you will have like a 1080p camera, most cameras, especially on Windows computers, especially the lower end cost computers, they're going to have very weak cameras. We just purchased some laptops, and I believe the cameras are like 0.5 megapixels. So again, very good chance that getting something like this is going to be way better than your built-in camera, unless you have like a newer Mac, especially like the MacBook Pro 14 and 16, which are going to have, I believe, that 1080p cameras on those. And then I'm calling these multi-purpose cameras, but they're kind of web cameras at the same time, whether it's wireless web camera, wired web camera, and I'm talking about the Mevo Start. So let's switch to that camera. So this is my Mevo Start. I actually have 3 of these, but the reason I call them a multi-purpose is because you don't even need a computer to use these. You could enter the app, you could start it recording. It could be wired, wireless. It has a built-in battery. It uses NDI technology, so you could literally put this anywhere on your network. Doesn't even have to be physically connected to any of your computers, and utilizing NDI, you could bring it in. But I say multi-purpose because there's so many different ways you could use it. Unlike Logitech web camera or any of the other web cameras, where you pretty much plug them into your computer and that's it. These have a slot for an SD card, micro SD card, so you could record directly to this unit. I could stream straight to YouTube. I want to say YouTube. I don't see why not. It's been a minute. But I believe you could stream straight to Facebook and YouTube with this camera. You don't even need a computer. So that's what I like a lot about this camera, and I have 3 of them. So I could use the multi-cam app from Mevo. I could use ECAMM, which I'm using now. They're very versatile cameras. All right, now let's talk about mirrorless, and let me switch to that camera. And again, it's going to be a short and kind of quick, but I'm just trying to give you some basic information. There are different cameras. So what I'm using right here, I got to remember which one I'm looking at. This is the Canon M50 Mark II. Now, what's illustrated is the body with the kit lens. That is not what I'm using. I believe the next slide is going to show you what I have. I have the Sigma 16 millimeter. So this is the Sigma 16 millimeter with the Canon M50 Mark II. This is a mirrorless camera. Now you could buy this camera with the kit lens. You could buy it just a body, but it doesn't even have to be a Canon. I'm saying Canon M50 because that's what I have. But any mirrorless camera, whether you want to get the Sony was it? I'm so bad. something one. Why am I ZVE1? I'm so bad with names. It's not a bad camera from what I hear. My only thing with it is now it's getting older. There's a newer model, and I think a better model, even though I don't own it, because I like the flexibility. Be able to replace the lenses with other lenses, and that's the ZVE10. Not only that, I think it's tailored a little bit more for streamers where read the documents, watch the configuration videos properly. I've seen a lot of people making these little, I don't want to use the word mistakes, but they're not setting things up exactly the right way to do what they want. So that Sony camera, you should be able to, from the best of my understanding, connect it with a USB cable and just run it. You don't need a capture card, technically. You don't need a dummy battery. You don't need anything, but you have to configure it properly. You have to follow those guidelines. Let's see what we have next. All right, so I forgot to switch the cameras here. So these are the 3 cameras I have, and these are the actual cameras next to them. So I got the Logi C922 Pro, which is right here. I got the Mevo Start, which is over here, and I got the Canon M50 Mark II with the Sigma 16mm right here. So again, I apologize for slapping this together real quickly. Just holiday weekend, a lot going on. And I believe that's going to be it for today. So hopefully this gives you a general idea, a little comparison. I didn't have a way of adjusting the lighting to make them look better, but kind of give you a basic idea, I hope, where you have different cameras. All of them have their purposes, but it's up to you what you want to use. Now, don't forget, you could still use your phone. You could use your phone for the entire thing. You don't need a computer, you need anything. You could literally stream, I want to say, to Facebook at least, with your phone. I think there's rules with YouTube, but that's a totally different subject. And that's going to be it for today. Again, I apologize for no notice, kind of doing this real quick, and I have to make sure it's even working. That's it for today, and I will see what we get into next week. Take care.